happy International Women's Day.
All right, International Women's Day. All
yeah,
right,
international.
International. All the ladies from all over the world.
From all over the world.
All the continents.
Yes, we couldn't wait for this.
Okay.
Every year. We actually had some events up here at iHeart yesterday, so people were confused. Like, yesterday they were saying it.
Because I thought it was yesterday.
And everybody was in the hallway like, Happy International. I'm like,
so
no.
it's a day, I'm sorry. It's Women's Month.
Yeah, we have a whole month. But yes.
Day. Oh, okay, gotcha.
And today is the day.
The day. For all the ladies.
Yes.
All the ladies. I say with a lift. Ladies.
That we were all out last night. Everybody in here.
Yes.
What a great party. It was so nice. People came out. I ain't been to the 40-40 club since Chris Paul was recruited to the NBA. That was the last time I was there.
That was a long time. It's been there for a while.
It's beautiful. It was nice. The party was really nice.
We'll talk about it in about last night. But we start the show off with Shining a Light, where you get to shine a light on somebody who's done something positive for you. People love Shine a Light.
That's a really good segment.
It's positive.
And it makes you think about.
She said, I know.
No, it is. It's a nice, great positive. We spreading love.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Just positive. Go ahead.
Yes, everybody.
You have enough bad press. Good for you.
It's everybody spreading some positivity. We're going to have some special guests. It is International Women's Day, so Pinky Cole is going to be joining us. She is the founder of Slutty Vegan.
Oh, I've been to that.
You have?
In Atlanta?
Yeah, but there's one in Brooklyn, there's one in Harlem.
Whoa.
There's one at Georgia Tech camp. She's got them all over the place.
She's such a boss.
She's killing the game.
Such a boss.
That's what's up.
Yes, and she also has a book out, so she's an author. And
Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Yep.
Yeah.
So is Jasmine.
Wait a minute. I think she's a Delta.
Is she Delta or Alpha?
I think she's not an AK. I think she's a Delta.
Jasmine's an AK.
I'm an AK.
Well, they came from you. The Deltas came from the AKs.
They did.
All right, also.
Those are our daughters.
It is Wealth Wednesday, and John Hope Bryant will be joining us for Wealth Wednesday today, too. He is the founder of Operation Hope, and also Lamine Zarad, he is the founder of Stellar Phi. So they're going to be joining us for Wealth Wednesday, and we'll be talking about credit today. We've been talking about credit scores and all of that.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's also, what is it, national, it's credit...
Bad Credit Day?
Yeah,
International Bad Credit Day?
Credit Awareness Day?
That's me. I'm joining that.
Some Credit Awareness Month. I'll tell you the exact name of it, but it's Way Up with Angela Yee. Shine a light on them, 800-292-5150. Who do you want to shine a light on?
We gon' light the block up. I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yes, what's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Godfrey's here.
Yeah, what up? What up? How you doing?
Jasmine Brand is here.
Barely.
Okay. I know. I've been watching her move around this morning. She's a little out of it. She just hit it. First of all, she came in my room this morning and walked into the closet and bruised herself.
Did you walk into the closet?
I walked into the closet door. Yeah, I did.
And then just now she tried to put her headphones on and hit herself in the head.
What is going on?
She went to one party, guys, and this is what's happening. But is there anybody that we want to shine a light on? Of course there is. And so I just want to shine a light on everyone who helped put that party together yesterday. I had a party for the launch of Way Up with Angela Yee. And when I tell you it took a team of people up here, I don't even want to name everybody yet because I want to make a whole list when we send out an email. But honestly, it was an amazing event. Everybody was impressed by it. I was impressed.
They did a very good job.
Nice.
Yeah, they did a very good
job. Who was the caterer? That food was banging.
4040 is a restaurant.
Hey, I was like, no. But unreal. The macaroni, all that stuff was good.
All right, well, good. Well, let's you guys shine a light on somebody. 800-292-5150. Good morning.
Yes, this is John. I want to shine a light on Michael Mars Jr. He created MyDD, which is basically like an Uber or Lyft app, but just better.
What's it called? MyDD?
Called MyDD, My Designated Driver, which basically, just to give you the point, women can now order women drivers. And drivers now actually get paid 90% of the fare.
Ooh.
And you can actually favor your driver. So now you can request them. We actually, honestly, I'm telling you now, Angela, you need to look into it. You need to invest into it. It's created by a black man, and it's better than Uber and Lyft, and it's in all 50 states and countries.
MyDD. All right, thanks for putting us up on it. Created by a black man. I like that you could choose your driver.
I like that, too. And you can request them again.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's MyDD Rideshare. Check it out on IG. I'm sure he emailed you and contacted you about it. So just check your email, and God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you. Hey, T.
Hello.
Who you want to shine a light on?
I just want to shine a light on my mom. I had gotten fired and like lost my car. She was just very supportive as far as like money and like not giving me a hard time. And she's just so caring. Just want to let her know.
What's her name?
Tamara James.
Tamara James.
Yeah, shine a light on her because sometimes people can make you feel bad. You don't want to ask for help. You already feel bad enough.
Right.
So it's nice when people are just so generous and don't make you feel bad.
And I love that he appreciates his mom, too.
Yeah. I'm a mama's boy.
Okay, mama's boy.
How does that work when you're in relationships?
It's not a problem at all. Actually, my girl, she likes it. Like, she sees I'm a very family-oriented person. And, like, she doesn't have a problem with it at all. I treat her good.
Okay, good. As long as your mama likes her, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll shine a light on her. Thank you for calling, T.
All right, thank you.
All right, well, that was Shine a Light on Them, 800-292-5150. You know, every morning we start the show off shining a light on somebody, so you can always call us up to do that. And we got Yee T on the way. It is International Women's Day, and we'll tell you what made Halle Bailey so emotional.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to 'em.
What's up? It's way up with Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
Good morning.
Godfrey is here.
Good morning, everyone.
And it's time for Yee Tea, which is on brand for the Jasmine Brand.
Yes, it is.
And since it's International Women's Day, you know, we love to highlight women. And Halle Bailey has revealed that her newest Little Mermaid doll has made her very emotional. Here's what she had to say.
This is the new Little Mermaid doll. I am literally choking up because this means so much to me, and to have one that looks like me, that's my favorite Disney character, is very surreal. And look, she even has my mole.
The little mole above her eye.
Awesome.
The doll has the mole. You know how cute
You know,
that is?
that was precision to make that mold.
Right.
They were like, Twink.
I love Holly's speaking voice, too. It's cute.
Yeah, she has a... And
She has a voice like a mermaid, like a siren, like.
her sister, Chloe Bailey, said, I'm buying 100 of them.
I heard
You
that.
probably can't even find them because it's
I
going to be
know.
hard to
They're
get.
gonna sell out. That's what
We
happens.
should try to get them because I feel like they'll be collector's items
They
at some
will.
point.
Yeah, it'll
right?
be
They will.
nice.
That's like
Yeah.
that's
See how we
historic.
can get our hands on
Yes.
these.
Beautiful.
All right, and a different type of cry. Michelle Obama said she sobbed uncontrollably for 30 minutes after leaving the White House on Trump's inauguration day. Here's what she said on her podcast, Michelle Obama, The Light Podcast.
After the inauguration, that day was so emotional on so many different reasons. We were leaving the home we had been in for 8 years, the only home our kids really knew. There was that emotion, but then to sit on that stage and watch the opposite of what we represented on display. There was no diversity. There was no color on that stage.
Wow.
There was no reflection of the broader sense of America. And then we got on Air Force One, and when those doors shut, I cried for 30 minutes straight. Uncontrollable sobbing, because that's how much we were holding it together for 8 years.
Sheesh.
And then here comes Trump to unglue everything that you did. I don't like the Obamas. I'm very, very happy to be here, Angela Yee. Thank you for inviting me. I'm a very, very big fan of you and the Breakfast Club at the time, but I'm glad that you have your own show. It's very good.
Well,
very
thank you,
impressive.
Donald Trump.
Very
Somebody
impressive.
tuning in might really be like, they got Donald Trump.
I should be hosting this. It should be Way Down with Donald Trump.
Way down.
That was good. That was a good one.
Cute.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, listen, another story that I've seen people talking about, because, listen, we're still talking about this Oscar slap.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Chris Rock did his special, Selective Outrage, that was live on Netflix.
Yes.
And addressed it for the first time
Yes.
publicly.
Yes.
And according to reports, Will Smith still hasn't personally apologized to Chris Rock. You know, according to reports, he did try to call him.
Okay.
But Chris Rock didn't pick up, and they haven't spoken since.
What?
Right. Send him to voicemail.
For what?
He's like, listen, I'm sorry. This is Will Smith, and I'm trying to apologize to Chris Rock because he's a bit. You know how he talks. I know.
Yeah, okay.
He has publicly apologized, and according to the source who knows both of them, Will's two public apologies were all about saving his own reputation. Will has not apologized to Chris Rock in person, and Chris isn't expecting it.
Maybe he hasn't had the opportunity to.
I think after the special, he could forget it.
I think that Chris Rock has every right to be angry. He's been quiet for a long time, and this was probably a cathartic thing for him to at least talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's therapy for him, I'm sure.
But there was a lot of backlash, I feel like. Now people are like, haha, good, you got slapped.
Yeah. A lot of people weren't feeling it.
First of all, I personally think he should have recorded it and not done it live. That's a lot of pressure on him. I think he should have done it a few times. But you got slapped on the Oscars. You're going to be mad for a while, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, people go, man, just move on. Move on. That's what white people say to us.
But
they say, just move on. Forget about slavery.
We'll talk about it some more. We're going to move on. But let's get into About Last Night when we come back, because we had a time last night on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.
Yeah. Last night.
So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. Godfrey is here. Jasmine Brand is here.
Good morning.
And last night, I had my Way Up with Angela Yee launch party.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Because the show is really, really new.
It is.
And so very new. But I do want to thank a lot of people that it was not an easy thing putting that together. It was at 4040.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you to 4040 for that. Yeah. Obviously, Godfrey loved the food. He was like, who catered it?
It was like the little macaroni cups and the little chicken and the empanadas. I was throwing down.
I'm so disappointed that I didn't eat one bite of food.
And Jasmine picked the menu with Paris.
I did. Paris and I picked the menu, and you guys know I love food, and I didn't have one morsel.
They sent me everything. I was like, Jasmine, because she loves food so much, I let her curate.
I was telling them, yo, keep it away from Jasmine. She's
Don't give her anything.
I don't give her anything.
Them wings must have been good, because I seen
they were banging.
People were tearing those wings.
There were bones all on the bar.
No, there was not. I'm embarrassed. No, I'm kidding. No, there was. But anyway, shout out to Nikki and Camden up here at iHeart. They had a hard time putting it together because it was hard to track me down.
Yeah, they had to kind of like get you to focus and in between meetings.
They were like, please, can we talk to you for a minute?
And we were like always trying to leave. Like, you know what I mean?
It's just a little hectic.
It was like,
but they did a great job, just even with the decorations. And Paris also, who works with me, just putting everything together. There was a photo booth. I didn't even make it to the photo booth.
You know what? I was trying to get us to do it early.
Yeah, we should have.
Yeah.
But then I kept on doing the step and repeat. But it was just crazy. But it was a great event, the way that they handled everything, the way that I was able to just show up and so much was just taken care of.
You look so good too, friend.
Yeah,
you look
thank
really
you
good.
to Keys, who does my makeup.
I look fresh.
And Destiny, who does my hair.
Yeah.
It was just a nice, easy night. Sammy, who helped me pick out my outfit.
And I shaved my legs for the event, so you know it was
I
special.
looked. They were dope.
Yeah.
They were on point.
She actually needed like 5 razors to do it.
First of all, no, I didn't. But can you talk about who was at the party last night?
Well, first of all, shout out to Gail King. She came early.
Oh, wow. She sure did.
She was like, Angela, she gets up at 3:20 in the morning for work.
Sheesh. You know that life.
I know that. I knew that life.
Yes, you knew that.
3 in the morning.
Okay, Angela.
Right now I'm way up.
Lord.
But yes, Gail King showed up and she was in and out, but I just appreciate her for even taking the time to do that. Kevin Lyles, of course. Kevin. Yes, he was there. Michael Kaiser. A lot of
Chinese Kitty.
Yeah, Chinese Kitty came through. Blue.
Jamie
Hector. Mm-hmm. You trying to remind me of it? I'm like, who was there? There was so many people. Fresher came through. It was just a ton of people. I don't even want to forget anybody because if I start naming people, I'm definitely going to forget.
Everybody black that came. Thank you.
There were white people there. Gigi Dior.
They were white.
My girl Gigi from Lip Service.
Yep.
Laura Mora. All of them.
The crew.
Yeah, the whole crew was there. And I care a lot about my friends. They were friends that I went to high school with. They came.
Nice.
Yes.
People flew in, by the way. So Chella came from Chicago. Shout out to Chella. Larry Murrow flew in from New Orleans.
I came from around the block. I walked.
My girl Janae came from. Yeah, you came from around the block.
Janae
came from in Atlanta.
Ingrid was in town.
Yeah, my girl Ingrid flew in. London Lamar, she's a senator from Tennessee.
Wow.
She flew in for that.
That's what's up.
Yes, which I really appreciate because I actually, when she was running for office, went out there to help her. Of course, Mano came through.
New Mano.
Right. He was there.
Mano had some interesting remarks for me. He is so funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
New Mano.
But yeah, basically we had a great time last night. That's it. Oh, Tamika Mallory.
I did see her. I took a picture with her. Yeah.
Nice.
It was a lot of people there.
Lot of people.
It really was a packed house.
It was packed.
Let me tell you something. Before the party, they told me, they were like, Angela, we closed the list, but over 800 people have RSVP'd, and not including plus ones.
But
Wow.
it was not supposed to be more than what, 400?
It's supposed to be 450 people.
Oh, so there was a fire hazard.
But I feel like it's a good flow because some people come early, then they leave. Some
right.
people come
That's true.
later. There were other things happening, and so people were in and out.
It was
Yeah,
good.
it was a great
It was
vibe.
really nice.
Everyone looked really good too.
And shout out to the DJs. My girl DJ TJ. She's a young girl. She's an amazing DJ. She DJs a lot with D Nice too.
I like
that's
her.
what's up.
Yeah, she's great. She's been DJing since she was 12.
Oh, sweet.
So
I like
she
her.
really knows
She
what
knows
she's
what time
doing.
it is.
Yeah.
And also DJ Suave. Oh, also Carl Hasty, who's the speaker for the house here in New York.
Oh,
what's
okay.
up.
Came
Yeah,
through.
you had it.
Yeah, we had it popping.
You had it popping.
And then, of course, my guy, DJ Louis V, who was there DJing too. So thank you to all. And when we come back, Pinky Cole is joining us, and it's International Women's Day. We want to highlight her. She actually just opened another slutty vegan restaurant in Harlem, which is where she had her first business. So let's get into it with Pinky Cole on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Way Up with Angela Yee.
We turning up.
Way Up.
We're back with radio royalty award-winning host and media personality Angela Yee.
More Way Up with Angela Yee on now.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here with me.
I'm here.
And we have somebody who we both absolutely love in the
Yes.
building. It's International Women's Day, and Pinky Cole is here.
Hello, hello, hello.
Now, we all know her as the founder of Slutty Vegan and an author, an entrepreneur, founder of American Sesh as well.
Yes.
We're going to talk about all of those
She's
things
also
today.
kind of like a rapper too.
I do a little bit of everything,
Yeah.
okay?
She does it all. And you also talked about structure when we spoke last, right? Because you can make a lot of money, but if your business is not, not structured properly, that's what I tell people, because I had to learn that also. So can you discuss the importance of, because you talked about having your business, making all this money, but then not knowing, like, I got to pay this, I have to pay these taxes, I have to get an accountant. Like, what are some of the major keys you can give somebody?
So I always tell people, because I'm a walking testament, like, you can look good on the outside. You could be riding in a Range Rover, and then when you lift up under that hood, that is a mess.
Right.
It was difficult learning how to build a multi-million-dollar company, right? When I had my first restaurant in Harlem, like, I thought that I was doing good and, like, selling food and making money, but I realized I didn't have fire insurance. I wasn't properly paying my sales and use tax. So when you think it looked good and it's not good, it's only so long that you can pretend. So as I maneuvered in business and grew as an entrepreneur, and thank you, Google and YouTube University, okay, I had to learn and still learn how to be the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. Do we do it well? Yes. But every day I got to learn something new, and that is a difficult challenge.
And Harlem, by the way, where you had your first business, where you had the fire, since you brought up the fire insurance, and then had to start all over. But now you've just had the ribbon cutting for your brand new Slutty Vegan in Harlem.
Give me a clap track, no?
It's full circle for you.
What? It's the biggest full circle moment in the world, right? So now to come back 10 blocks from where I started and had and lost everything, and to do it again now as a multi-million-dollar company that's valued at $100 million.
Okay.
Okay,
Talk that talk.
That's a big deal.
That's a really big deal.
It's a big deal, and I don't take it for granted, because it doesn't happen like this for everybody.
In terms of business, what's been the lesson that's taken you the longest to learn in terms of business?
Stop being emotional.
Is it ever good to be emotional in business?
So I move off of energy first. So just innately, I'ma always move with my spirit and my emotions, right? But I realize that in business, especially when you're building a multi-million-dollar business, while you are true to your core and you're direct and you're clear, sometimes we get in our emotions and we may not always make the right decision. Now, your spirit always makes the right decision.
Okay, so what's the difference between spirit and emotion?
So your spirit is God.
Okay, and your
right?
emotion
Your
is
emotions
self?
is ego. My emotion sometimes comes off as ego.
Okay.
My spirit is always God.
Yes.
But I say all that to say that it's only business.
Right.
And you can't take business personal.
Yeah.
And that's hard
That's really
to
hard,
identify, because, you know, when you hire a lot of Gen Zers, people who are free thinkers, like, you also have to respect their opinions and what they think about. And that is a certain level of emotional maturity that you have to have. And I'm growing every day. I'm a work in progress.
And I want to say now, since we brought that up, you had an incident where one of the employees, like, went on whatever social media, and I had something like that happen to me too, right? And sometimes people don't understand, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you might not be dealing with everybody in each location. How many locations?
Well, why
do you
would
have?
she either?
A lot, but it's not like you're in in there dealing with everything, and that happens a lot, like with every single detail. Sometimes things do happen, unfortunately, and if you don't know about it or you're not directly involved, somehow everything does end up being your fault when it comes out in the public.
Exactly. Something recently just happened to me like that. And that was kind of like my first blow. Like, you know how like when you in the gym, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. My track record is clean.
Yeah.
How I show up consistently all the time for the last umpteenth years.
Yes.
And then something that could potentially compromise my name and my character was presented to the world in a way that wasn't legitimately true.
Right.
Right?
And you were told not to speak on it.
I was told not to
not speak on it.
So that's the emotional part that I was talking to you about.
Yes.
You understand?
Because when I seen it, I was like, why is she saying something? But because emotion.
Because you also know
it was my ego.
And
I'm going to tell you why it was my ego. Because my ego was telling me, like, I care too much about my name. But at the end of the day, like, God knows my name. And obviously, I can't talk much about the situation. But, like, just like you said, I wasn't directly connected.
Now, can you tell us about American Sesh?
It's an opportunity for you to identify the American dream. So we bring celebrities, creatives, and 9-to-5ers together in a circle.
Invite only.
Invite only. No phones, no ego, just pen and pad. And everybody is just building.
Okay.
And when I tell you, let me tell you some of the people that have been in the room. Richie Lou Dennis, who owns every damn thing.
I saw you at the NASDAQ ringing the...
Yes. Shout out to Rich, who invited me to come do that and rang the bell, which is a big deal for the culture.
Huge deal.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. We had Caroline Wonga, who's the CEO of Essence. Ludacris was in the building. Notori.
I'm trying to come to one.
You gotta come.
I know. I'm working on it.
Listen, when people leave out of there, they feel so exhilarated. They walk out with business partners, with networks, with relationships. Some people walk away with money. Mm-hmm. So this is something different because it's literally rising people up so that they can make a lane for themselves and create opportunities.
Because sometimes it is, and I told this to Jasmine, we were discussing this the other day, just to sit down and come up with ideas. Like when you're kicking it with your friends, because that's how, like, I'm closing on this building in Detroit on Monday.
Congrats.
But part of that was just like me brainstorming and figuring out, like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And sometimes instead of doing it alone, it works better when you collaborate and you sit down with, because sometimes we're scared to share our ideas.
10% of a watermelon is better than 100% of a grape. I read that somewhere and I'm like, damn. So it's important for me to collaborate.
And then I do want to just ask you one last thing. Since you had the ribbon cutting yesterday, since we're celebrating the new restaurant. So I always feel like we might look at in business something doesn't go right and it's a failure to us, right? You're like, oh, I failed, but it's really not a failure. You learn a lot from things that don't work out the way that you expected or anticipated them to. And so with that being your first business, what were some of the things that you learned from that you feel like you take with you to this day to get you where you are?
Always have fire insurance.
First one.
That's the first one. And that also means a whole lot of things. Just make sure your paperwork is right. Mm-hmm. Like I can no longer do handshake deals because handshake deals can cost me a lot of money. Yeah. And knowing that as you continue to grow and monopolize and build businesses will save you time, it'll save you money, and it'll keep you protected and have a peace of mind. Mm-hmm. I also keep with me the fact that I always got to take a risk. Never get too comfortable where you're afraid to take a risk, because taking risks has gotten me all of the opportunities in the world.
Well, we love that. I mean, nobody better to be with us on International Women's Day. Congratulations. Yes. I know you have a lot more coming because you always do. I was telling Pinky, I don't know how she does it all. The kids, the husband, the businesses,
I got a really
the sessions,
good team.
The ideas, the book, everything.
Yeah, it's
but
overwhelming
I love it.
just thinking about it.
Yeah. I got a really good team. Can I leave something for the ladies?
Yes.
This is Women's History Month. I want to talk to my queens. It feels so good to be rising to success. But success is very difficult because it's easy to get it, right? It's hard to keep it. You gotta be consistent all of the time. So I'm encouraging everybody who's listening to this is never not be consistent, because consistency will allow you to elevate in your career and disrupt every single ceiling that was placed above you. And I like to burst all the ceilings because I'm consistent. And that consistent energy is always best in class. And it's best in class because I got the right team. So hopefully that is deposited in somebody's spirit. And happy Women's History Month. And thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Jasmine, for having me.
Perfect.
Thank you. You can see her also on the cover of Black Enterprise with the team.
Yes, with the team.
The whole team.
We love it.
What Drake say? I got a really big team. We got some really big dreams.
Okay, let's go. It's Way Up with Angela Yee and Pinky Cole. When we come back, we have Yeetie, and we will be discussing Nick Cannon. He had teased something with a baby emoji, and now we know what it is. Let's see what you think. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's that on that beat? Shut it.
Blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee and Jasmine Brand is here. Godfrey is here.
What up? What up?
We're
What up?
present. We're here.
I feel like everyone up here in this whole building is exhausted from last night.
Yeah.
We are all recovering.
Yes, I had a little launch party last night. I'm going to do some more things in other cities too. I'm excited.
You should.
To move around.
Yes.
But let's start it off. Nick Cannon. People are very upset about this Who's Having My Baby game show.
It's so funny.
Okay, but it turned out to be a comedy sketch for Kevin Hart. But here it is. Originally, he had put out that he had some news coming, and then there was like a little baby emoji thing, and people were like, oh my God, another baby announcement. And here was the actual trailer for what's happening.
Guys, you're on a game show right now.
Kevin Hart and Nick Cannon are coming to E! for the mother of all game shows.
Having my baby with Nick Cannon. You got pyro? Yeah. You're going to get some contestants that want to have your baby.
We're not kidding around.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Let's go!
Who's Having My Baby with Nick Cannon, hosted by Kevin Hart. This spring, only on E!
All right, so apparently this is all part of a sketch project.
Okay, got it.
And we should have some info today.
And you're good friends with Nick, right?
Oh, he was my boss twice, man. I wrote for his daytime talk show.
That's how
I
we
met Angela and Wildin' Out. He's put me on like 40 episodes of Wildin' Out. Nick Cannon is amazing individual. He loves to see people shine. He puts a lot of people to work.
Okay.
And he puts a lot of women to work too.
I love how he makes fun of himself. Like,
You know what I
great.
also like about Nick Cannon that I realize people could be better at? The attention, right? Because he gets a lot of negative attention from things that he does, from having multiple babies, but he doesn't mind. He's still really honest.
He really laughs at himself.
He does. He doesn't take himself too serious.
And that's
right?
part of what Wildin' Out was about, too. You have to be able to laugh at yourself. You can't let people roast you and you get mad.
Right. I think Steve Harvey should be the host of having a baby.
Oh, man.
You just want to do the voice.
You know I want to do the voice.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you, Nick Cannon, boy, we're going to have his baby, all kinds of babies. Yeah. I can't wait. I'm the host, Steve Harvey, and he about to have his 13th baby.
And to be clear, Steve Harvey hates that Godfrey does this.
I don't care. I don't know where or why. But I'm going to tell you right now, he got that voice from me. I'm the person that used to talk like this, Steve Harvey. You done stole my voice. Yeah.
All right, and Jim Jones has hinted at a TV series that is going to chronicle the early days of Dipset, The Diplomats.
Uh-oh.
You got a talk show. I'm about to give you the Dipset 5H TV series, you heard? I think I'm gonna do that. Cause the that went on the 5H before we became the players we were, you need to see. It was reckless. Young, dumb, and stupid. But we was having a ball.
Oh, so he's trying to do like Wu-Tang series.
Yeah.
That would be
And shout out to TJ Adams. He was at the party last night. He plays Old Dirty Bastard in the Wu-Tang series.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, he does a great
job.
Does
he stay in character?
Everyone says that. He does stay in character, kind of. And another one of your Chicago brethren, Keke Palmer, has dropped a trailer for her new documentary. It's called The Big Boss.
Nice. Keke from Shy.
Overcoming this inner narrative that tells me no matter how far I come, I'm still not good enough. Being different is one thing. Feeling lonely is another. We all have our hurdles. But this one, I'm done with. I don't need to be accepted by the cool kids or the elite bullshit. I just need to be accepted by me.
Oh, it sounds like that is going to be good. It shows her as a kid. It's a musical narrative. It chronicles her experience in the music industry.
Sounds like it's going to make me cry.
I know. It's coming this month. So shout out to her. And
I still love Akilah and the Bee.
We all do, yeah.
She's amazing. All right. And that is your Yee team. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. And this story that I saw, I thought was quite interesting. It's about Jackie Chan and what his plans are.
Oh.
After he dies. Okay? It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Going way up. Turn up with Angela Yee.
Check the news. I got news.
This is the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and Godfrey's here.
What up, what up, what up?
Jasmine Brand is here.
Hello.
And we are discussing these under the radar stories. Now, this one that we did yesterday, and we're giving you an update, this wasn't necessarily under the radar.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but we do feel like it's an important story. We were talking about 2 of the 4 Americans who were held captive. They survived a kidnapping in Mexico last week. Unfortunately, because 2 did survive, 2 did not.
Yeah, that's very sad.
Yeah.
All right, and there was video of what happened when they were abducted.
Mm-hmm.
And the State Department said that the surviving victims were both repatriated with the assistance of the Mexican government. And so they are back in the United States. Wow. And, you know, there was a press conference yesterday talking about what happened.
Yeah.
Now, the kidnapping did spark a search by law enforcement agencies in both countries. They were offering a $50,000 reward for the victims' return and the arrest of those involved.
Okay.
We do know that Latavia Washington McGee is safe, but she is traumatized by the horrific ordeal. She was crying, absolutely. And I mean, it's just really sad. She was crying because her brother got killed, and she watched him die. She watched 2 of them die right in front of her.
Oh my gosh.
So we do know that much. Now, Mexican officials are saying the group was caught in the crossfire of rival cartel groups.
Wow.
And so many parts of Mexico have been terrorized by fights between feuding drug cartels for years. And they're saying that's one of the most violent areas in the country.
That's awful.
Wow.
All right. And the, one suspect has been arrested, by the way, who is allegedly tied to the violent kidnapping. Jose Guadalupe, a 24-year-old Mexican national. He was guarding the house where cartel members were held captive for days and tortured the friends, Latavia Tay McGee, Eric James Williams, Shaid Woodard, and Zindel Brown.
Oh my gosh.
So they have not said whether or not Guadalupe is part of the violent Gulf Cartel, which is the gang suspected of kidnapping the group that operates in that region.
Okay.
Man.
So again, rest in peace to the families of Shaid Woodard and Zindel Brown. Those are the 2 that were unfortunately killed.
Yeah.
All right. We didn't get to the Jackie Chan. Yeah, so, but we'll do that later. You know what? I'm going to put that in Yee
Okay, perfect.
for you guys. But we do have the Way Up mix coming at the top of the hour. Plus, it is Wednesday, and we have an amazing Wealth Wednesday. Godfrey and I have been talking a lot about his credit score. We have.
Yeah,
and,
no,
and
we
that's
have.
everybody should be.
Yep.
You
And
know,
I just want my credit score to improve, Miss Angela Lee. Can you help me, please?
What's her name?
Angela Yee.
Okay.
I would love my credit score to improve, please.
You know all those bad actors in those commercials please help me.
March is National Credit Education Month. So we want to make sure we talk about that. And John Hope Bryant, who is the founder of Operation Hope, and he is a black man with the most single family homes in the United States.
I love that.
He's joining us. Also, my guy Lamine Zarad, he's joining us too. He has Stellify, which is a platform that helps improve your credit. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Dope.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee. Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way up.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. It's Yee T. Godfrey's here. Jasmine Brand is here.
What up?
All right, so let's start it off with Jackie Chan. Now, his net worth is amazing. You know, he is the second richest actor in the world.
Oh, I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. People don't understand. He's been around since the 70s.
Yeah, and just because of how much he's made, even off of Rush Hour.
Wow, I met
Those
him
movies.
once.
I love those
You
movies.
did?
His name in Chinese is Chao Long. I learned that when I was in China.
How do you say it?
Chao Long.
Okay.
Chao Long.
Chao Long.
Thank you.
Now, he also has a book, Never Grow Up. And the one thing about his money, he has a net worth of $400 million.
Go ahead, Jack.
I don't even know what that. I can't fathom that amount of money.
And he said that he plans to, when he dies, just give all the money away.
Wow.
Does he have children?
He does have a son. So now he has a book called Never Grow Up.
Okay.
And he wants his son to earn his own way. He said, yeah, he also said he told his son not to call him on Father's Day.
I don't want my son to call me on Father's Day. I don't need it. It doesn't make sense.
He said,
only Chris Tucker.
He said the reason why.
No, that's his accent. That's how he talks. I've met Jackie Chan.
That's his
He sounds
impersonation.
Chinese.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Well, he said as a man of principle, he believed there can't be one special day to remember one's father. He said if someone means a lot to you, then every day is Valentine's Day. Every day is Christmas or Mother's Day.
He's an interesting character.
He is. He was very nice when I met him. It was Rush Hour 3. I went to the premiere.
They said after that his son barely called him.
So he's giving all his money to charity?
Yeah, and he said he doesn't want his son to rely on his money later on in life.
I'm not with that.
I need you to rely on that.
I'm going to leave my baby some. Are you kidding me?
Come on, man.
In an interview, he said, I would rather donate my fortune to charity than give it to JC.
What is going on here?
JC.
$400 million and you can't leave your son a little.
You can't give him
me some Drunken Master 1 money.
Some what?
Drunken Masters is one of his most famous kung fu movies.
And you know,
Drunken Master.
he's also going to be in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, by the way, playing Master Splinter.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's awesome. But that's how he talks for real, though.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Got it.
All right. Now, Finesse 2 Times has talked about that Glorilla concert stampede because, you know, he was on that bill also in Rochester.
Okay.
Where unfortunately 2 people were trampled to death. Now, he spoke out about this to TMZ, and here's what he had to say in New York City.
You're basically saying, like, you know, why are they trying to blame me for something that might have happened? Is that what you're kind of alluding?
Because when it go on anywhere else, nobody get blamed. When it go on at my show, I get blamed. But as far as the situation in New York, you know what I'm saying, condolences to the family and the people who was injured.
I didn't know his voice sounded like that.
Well, I thought it was an old man.
Yeah, it sounds a little
That
mature.
sounds like an old man. He's like, I'm going to let you know right now.
I knew he was going to do an impersonation.
What it is, and that's what it is, and that's what just happened.
Now, Tiger Woods, his ex, Erica Herman, wants the NDA that they have nullified. And that is because of the sexual harassment clause. Okay, she is taking him to court to try to nullify this NDA that he made her sign at the beginning of their relationship, saying that NDA should not be enforced because of the Speak Out Act that provides an exemption in scenarios where there's evidence of sexual assault or harassment.
Wait a minute. He signed the NDA that you had to go by that.
Mm-hmm.
What is she trying to go around that?
First of all, can you imagine being in a relationship with someone and at the beginning they're like, you got to sign?
That's right.
But it is
Sign
Tiger.
it, 'cause a lot of y'all ain't no good.
Yeah, and I can understand it.
I understand. I told her he go like this. I'd like you to sign this, please.
Is that how he talks?
Tiger go, hey, sign the NDA, girl.
Ange, do you think you would ever make someone sign a NDA when you
should
before you?
You think I should?
Yeah, you have
I'm
lots
not
of things.
Tiger
Listen,
Woods famous.
you need to do that for your friends.
I need
first
that
of
way
all.
up money. You're gonna give me some way up money.
Because we have lived, I'll tell you that.
All right. Well, we're not sure if she's accusing Tiger Woods of any particular indiscretion, but she wants to be able to publicly share her experience with him throughout their nearly 6-year relationship.
Anyway.
But the only way that she could do that is if, like we said, through the Speak Out Act. So if there's some type of sexual assault or harassment that happens. So I don't know what it is that she's claiming.
6 years and he harassed. I just can't.
Well, I mean, we don't know what happened.
Tiger's
We have no
another
idea.
apology
We
letter.
can't say.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah,
But they're saying that she ended the relationship. What?
No, go ahead.
Tiger's gonna be having one of those apology letters again. Remember that apology?
All right. Well, anyway, we don't know, but we'll keep you guys updated because I'm sure at some point it's going to come out. And that is your Yee tea. Now, you know it is Women's History Month, and today is not just Women's History Month. It's also International Women's Day.
Hooray.
And today we'll be celebrating somebody who's really amazing, Caroline Wanga. She's the President and Chief Executive Officer at Essence.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Nice.
She's so fly too.
So fly. And my girl Keys does her makeup too.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Hello, ladies. When they ask what you bring to the table, tell them you brought the table. Way Up with Angela Yee, celebrating the ladies during Women's History Month.
I know that's right. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Godfrey is here. Jasmine Bird
I
is
know
here.
that's right.
And today, as it is International Women's Day, we are celebrating Caroline Wanga. She's the CEO of Essence and very powerful woman.
Yes, she is. She's amazing.
And she is she's the Chief Growth Officer for Essence Ventures, which is the parent company of Essence. She joined there in 2020. She actually came from Target, where she was the Chief Culture, Diversity, and Inclusion Officer.
Wow.
So she began her career at Target in supply chain. And she worked her way up from entry-level positions to the highest of senior leadership roles. She's very passionate about modeling what she teaches, her real talk delivery, witty thought leadership, and unmitigated perspective on democratizing authenticity as a differentiator for individuals and organizations. Make her a highly sought-after keynote speaker. And I've seen her speak on many occasions. Yeah.
I didn't know Target had like a diversity and inclusion.
Listen, every
Because
company
none but
does.
black people be buying their stuff. So what do they?
I love it. It depends on where you are, though.
Okay, because I was like, there's a lot of minorities that buy a lot of stuff at Target,
And we call it
and
Target.
fight at Target too.
We do call it Target. Yeah, there was a Target we passed the other night, and I was like, I don't know if this is a good Target.
It depends.
It depends on where you are.
Because you get a lot of fights in Target.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. So she worked at Target for about 15 years.
Okay.
And then she stepped away. And that was to help Essence, a half-century-old black media brand. She joined Essence in June of 2020. And she actually, when she joined there, Richie Lou Dennis, who you know him from Shea Moisture.
Yeah.
Right? He was the person that she was coming to work with.
Right. Yeah.
And so, yeah, she said she easily gets bored with the status quo. She works at her best when things are falling off the rails.
I like what she says. Throw me in when things are impossible and it's the end of the world. That's a special kind of person.
You need to come work for Way Up.
Oh my
That was
God.
not nice. You just started.
We need your help, girl.
But she kind of does, man.
Oh my gosh.
Now, she has some certain things that she likes to say and some rules that she has and lessons. If you're just starting out in the business, don't let unexpected events derail success. I agree with that. She got pregnant at the age of 17.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that.
Yep, she dropped out of college to raise her daughter, Cadence.
Okay.
And that was the first major disruption in her life, and her parents had a major issue with that. They both have doctorates.
Yeah.
So, they didn't play that. She
And they're
said-
from Kenya, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They moved to the U.S. from Kenya.
Okay.
And so that particular moment, she said, is actually the theme of my life in a very interesting way. After that happened, I became indignant that this wasn't going to end my plan to success. She also says to set a destination and be flexible on the path.
Okay.
So she didn't have a passion when she first started at Target for improving supply chains. She wasn't thinking about the end goal, but it paid well, and she didn't have to worry about taking care of her daughter,
Dope.
Right.
She said, your story is as important as the business strategy. So one of the biggest drivers of her success is authenticity. People do care about the person behind the brand, too.
And
I will say that.
And the information you share now makes me like her even more.
Then she said, build alliances before offering advice. Okay, so she said she built relationships with influential allies that backed her up when others talked her down, but you can't simply go into a job, self-advocate, and try to create change without establishing yourself first.
So it says, be quiet and work hard. Keep your mouth shut.
And she said, if you can't be who you are, go elsewhere.
I know that's right.
That's
Hey,
a fact.
hey, hey.
You know, black women are generally promoted at slower rates than other groups of employees and underrepresented in senior leadership roles. And sometimes it might take a little while for you to be able to go someplace else. It might not happen right away.
Right.
I like what she says here. You do not have to be in a place that doesn't respect who you are. If we start walking away, they're going to fix it.
But here is Caroline Wanga actually speaking, and this is when she was at Target.
If you don't have an environment that makes it safe for all of those perspectives to exist and be shared, then you will never see the value of the work that you do to diversify your organization. I would actually advise that if you are going to go after recruiting as diverse a workforce as possible and you're not interested in doing anything to create an inclusive work environment, then just stop hiring diversity, hire homogeneity, and just kick it like that. Because you're wasting the resources you put into going to get those dimensions of difference if it isn't okay for them to bring it. If when they walk in the door they have to conform and shut up and do what they're told and not add perspective, don't go get them. You're wasting your time. Keep your organization homogeneous, because then you'll all agree and you'll keep moving forward. Now, what I'll tell you is you won't be a business anymore, but that may not be important to you.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
That is an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
So that's Caroline Wanga again, the CEO of Essence.
There we go.
All right, and then when we come back, you know it is Wealth Wednesday, and so Stacey Tisdale, who I do Wealth Wednesday with, will be joining us alongside John Hope Bryant, the founder of Operation Hope.
Okay.
And by the way, I made a lot of great connections when I went to his event that he has in Atlanta every year, and we'll also be joined by Lamine Zarad, who is the founder of Stellar Phi, which is a platform that I actually work with as well.
Okay,
All right,
cool.
it's Way Up with Angela Yee, Wealth Wednesday.
We see you, Queen. Taking over the world one day at a time. We going way up for the ladies with Angela Yee.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
Hey.
Godfrey is here.
What up?
What up? And it's a Wealth Wednesday too, by the way. And
Good.
so, listen, I was telling y'all that I really am concerned about credit and helping people with their credit. That is, honestly, has always been one of my main things because I had bad credit for so long.
Okay. Oh, I didn't think you did.
I had bad credit
Absolutely.
before I bought my first house. I only got one house.
Hey, first house.
Yes, before I bought my first house, I had bad credit, so I had to fix my credit, to get my first house. And that's when I started being more conscious, like, oh, shoot, I need to care.
Before I bought my first pair of shoes, my credit was so bad.
But it is a National Credit Education Month. That's why I want to talk about these things. I remember early on I did an interview for Black Enterprise where I talked about like all the debt that I had, and that interview did so amazing. Like people still talk about it to this day because it was a really honest thing. I owed $30,000.
Was that a credit?
Thanks, Godfrey. That's why I'm ashamed to talk of it now.
I've had that before.
But listen,
I get it.
It's important to be honest about that kind of stuff because I'm sure there are people are listening that also have crazy debt or and
it can feel like you're never going to get out of it.
You feel like you're drowning when you're in it.
Mm-hmm. And I know people who are like, look, one day I'm gonna die. Who cares what my credit's like? But no, okay. You can't just not pay your debt and then let other people pay it for you after. It doesn't. Like, what happens when you die and you're in debt?
I don't know.
You don't have to pay it no more.
But someone
what's
does.
What's the purpose of dying if you're gonna still pay?
But just like you leave behind money, right? Do you leave behind
debt,
bills, and debt?
Yeah, some people do.
Yeah, but who
you can
pays
always
it?
die.
But then who pays it?
Like if your husband dies,
how do you don't
do you
know
have to
you
pay his
dead?
debt?
You're dead. You can't.
But you got to plan because you don't want other people to be responsible for your debt.
Well,
Godfrey
some
doesn't
people
care.
just be like, I'm out.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about all of that. Plus, we do have Ask Yee on the way. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Get on the air. We'll help you with your problems. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Had a dream of living wealthy, and I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I'm here with my partner for Wealth Wednesday, Stacey Tisdale.
Time to go way up on Credit Education Month.
And we have some really amazing and important guests, and I want to thank them for taking the time to come and talk about what we think is really important. We have John Hope Bryan, who is the founder, chairman, and CEO of Operation Hope. And another friend, Lamine Zarad, and you know him as the founder and CEO of Stellarfi.
So grateful to be here.
Let's talk about what Operation Hope is and what Stellarfi is. So for John Hope Bryan, let's talk about Operation Hope and what you guys do.
So Operation Hope is America's largest nonprofit financial literacy and financial inclusion organization. We're America's financial coach. We have a $50 million annual operating budget. We have $4 billion that we've invested in underserved neighborhoods, translation, where we live, for home ownership, small business ownership, entrepreneurship, etc. We've created 185,000 black-owned businesses since October of 2020 during the pandemic, which is 5% of all black businesses in America, just through our nonprofit. We have 240 Hope Inside offices in 46 states. It's like the Starbucks of financial inclusion. We're America's financial coach. We raise your credit score 54 points in 6 months, 100 points a year and a half. We lower your debt by $3,000. You're making $48,000, $50,000 a year. On average, we increase your savings $500 to $1,000. Most people don't have $400 for an unplanned event. That makes you bankable. So we help you get the bank out of the no business and back into the yes business so that you can get access to credit. And we do that at scale.
Now, another person who I talked to is Lamine. Now, Lamine, can you tell us about Stellarfi?
The big vision for Stellarfi is to redefine a relationship between a borrower and a lender, right? Completely redefining credit. We build the most effective credit builder in the market today. What we do is we allow customers to link all of their bills. We pay those bills on their behalf using our money, and then we collect the money on the back end, therefore creating a credit relationship between us and the consumer, and now we can report those bills. So we report everything from actual credit bills, because you can link a credit card or a mortgage, but you can also link your subscriptions. You can link Netflix, you can link your child support payments. We have folks who link
gym membership,
gym memberships, anything you want. And as a result, build credit for things that are completely invisible to the industry before, to the system, so to speak. So our customers, on average, build 32 points in the first 30 days, which is unheard of, and then 5 to 10 points a month. Obviously depends on your credit profile and so forth, but it is truly most effective way to do it. So if you think about it, if Operation Hope is YMCA, we're like Nautilus. We're the tool that can live within that, sort of sphere of, advising and coaching and so forth.
Let me ask you guys this, because I had a conversation with Remy Ma. I love Remy Ma, but we had a conversation about she won't buy something unless she has the cash to buy it, like a house even. And I think a lot of us have this. We don't want to feel like we owe money. We don't want to get a mortgage. So I want you guys to explain why credit and the good debt versus bad debt, just for that conversation, because a lot of people feel that way.
Yes. What did I say to you before we were on mic? Never making a decision emotionally.
Yeah.
Right. You need to use leverage A mortgage is one of the best instruments for wealth creation and expense reimbursement that's ever been created in America. If you have a 30-year mortgage, you write off 2/3 of that in interest payments as you get back against your income.
Right.
Why wouldn't I do that deal? and I'm gonna put 30% down, so I have equity in it, but I'm gonna use the bank's good debt to give me 30-year money where I'm gonna compound my interest on their debt. So you want good debt to allow you to build wealth on top of that good debt. But if all you have is equity, you're going to grow your equity at a much lower rate. Now you have safety because, I guess, unless you default on your taxes, no one can take it from you.
Right.
But that is not the way you build wealth. Good debt and bad debt. Good debt is where you finance something that appreciates. Bad debt is when you finance fake jewelry. Okay. You finance something that depreciates.
All right, it is a Wealth Wednesday, and we are in the middle of talking to John Hope Bryant, founder of Operation Hope, and Lamine Zarad, founder of Stellarfy, to help fix your credit.
Lamine, tell people what is actually in a credit score, what comprises a credit score, and why is what Stellarfy is doing, the on-time bill payment, so important?
So what is a credit score? There are two entities in this country today that dictate what the credit score is. Generally, consumer credit score for people, not for businesses. You have FICO and you have Vantage Score, right? So generally speaking, one of the most important factors that affects any of those models is whether you're paying your bills on time. There are other things in that model that lenders like to see. They also want to see the mix. What that means is what kind of loans you got. Do you have loans? Do you have credit cards? They also want to see how much credit is available to you. So if I have one credit card with a $500 limit and I maxed it out, I have zero credit available to me, right? And that's a bad thing. So if I go to borrow money for really any purpose, a lender sees that and they'll say, hey, he doesn't have any credit. So if he's in trouble, there's nowhere to go. But if I have one $500 credit card that doesn't have a balance on it,
maybe
that's
you owe
great.
$5, you'd be good.
I'm good because I can offset any situation. So it's important to remember that.
And that on-time payment matters a lot because it stays in your credit score for so long. I'm going to be honest, and I was just talking about this behind the scenes. I have one late payment from 2016, and it finally just dropped off of one of my credit agencies reporting, but not the other one. So I guess soon it will. But I'm like, come on, guys. That was so long ago.
But the very fact that you know that is a success. The very fact that you're obsessed about that is a success.
I definitely sent a letter to try to get it off. Like, come on.
That's proactive, and that's when we were talking about at the beginning. So many people are just like,
I don't even want to know.
I don't even want to know. They bury their head in the sand. In fact, over 150 million Americans, we're not talking about something small, have poor or no credit. And I want you both to talk about, okay, they need community, they need hand-holding, they need guidance. Tell us what Hope does that can help them through that.
So what we do at Operation Hope is you walk in the front door. In this example, we're in a bank branch. The bank pulls your credit report, you're applying for a mortgage. They know the minute they pull your credit report, you're not going to get that mortgage. But for fear of you suing them for discrimination, they won't tell you this is not going to work. They got to they take your application, they do an appraisal, they go through 45 days of a process, and then they send you a notice saying, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. If you want further information, go to your credit bureau. What we do now is we're sitting in that bank branch. The bank manager goes, look, Mrs. Jones, would you mind going over and talk to those people over there? They work with us, but not for us. They can be straight with you. They walk over, Mrs. Jones, can we pull your credit report? Sure. This looks like a bus accident. We all have a nice little laugh because she knows it's toe up from the flow up. So, what's this? I don't know. Great, that's called an error. So let's write, you and me, a letter to the credit bureaus, because 80 to 90% of the time that you write them, the law states that they can't prove it within 30 days, they must remove it.
Okay.
When they remove it, it's a 30-point pop in your credit score, 20 to 30 points. So we give them an early win. They go, my God, my credit went from 580 to 620. That's fantastic. How'd you do that? I didn't do that. You did that.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Okay, my God, well, what's this charge off on my credit report? Oh, I got divorced 10 years ago. I didn't pay the phone bill. I can't pay $1,000. Don't worry. SBC sold it to Pac Bell sold it to AT&T. AT&T sold it to a Joe's Finance Company. They chased your rear end and couldn't find you. They sold it to a charge it off, sold it to a debt collection agency for 5 cents on the dollar,
right.
$50.
You could make a deal.
They want 100. There you go. They want $100, right? So let's call them. Joe's Finance Company. We got Mary Sue here, Mrs. Jones. We're looking for her. She's looking for you. We want to make a deal. We want $100. We're going to pay you $200.
Right.
Why are you gonna pay me $200? I'm gonna make you like a star because I'm gonna call you the next 3 months and tell you to keep taking this off her credit report because it keeps showing up. So we're gonna overpay you. You're gonna get 200% profit. She's gonna get an 80% discount. Everybody won. Credit score goes up another 20 points, maybe 30 points. So now she's at 640 in this example. Now Mrs. Jones has got incredible confidence.
Right.
She's like, I'm in the game, right?
Mindset's there.
Mindset. There you go. So now we're talking about her budget. Now we're talking about the earned income tax credit, which she doesn't no clue about, right? People who, anybody listening to this, you make $60,000 a year or less, and you don't know what the heck I just said, Angela just gave you a check. Because you qualify in America if you make $60,000 a year or less, you get a check from the government for working. 3 children, $35,000 a year, you get $7,000. You never filed, it's retroactive for 3 years. Ooh. There's your financial literacy moment. So
where can people get from listening to this? I'm like, okay, how do I do it? How do I do it?
So by the time we finish with you,
OperationHope.org and look for the
go
centers,
to find a coach in your area. It's free. This is a beautiful thing. If we can rehabilitate folks at scale who are ashamed, who have all these problems. By the way, number one cause for heart attacks, so says the American Heart Association, stress. Number one cause for stress, money. Number one cause of divorce, money. Number one cause of domestic abuse, money. It's all around us, but we're not talking about it. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
All right, it is Wealth Wednesday, and we have a very special episode for you guys. We're trying to help y'all get on your credit game. We have more with John Hope Bryant, and we have more with Lamine Zarad when we come back on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.
Had a dream of living wealthy, and I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and as you know, we are talking about credit. And we have John Hope Bryant, founder of Operation Hope, and Lamine Zarad, the founder of Stellify, with us. And of course, my amazing partner, Stacey Tisdale from Wealth Wednesday. Stacey, you have a question?
Lamine, talk about why you got involved in this mission in the first place, how people can access Stellify, and I know you have something special because of your...
That's right.
Did something very special for his friend Angela here.
Like I mentioned, it's very personal to me. Immigrating to this country, not understanding the credit system, learning all of the lessons the wrong way, and then meandering for most of my life. I'm a late bloomer for that reason because I had to learn a lot of those lessons late in life. I wanted to productize them. I'm a product guy. I wanted to build something, and I want to give it to people. I want to make sure that people could use an app. And I know technology doesn't solve everything, right? But technology does solve certain things. It creates a bridge. I want to create that bridge, and that's what we're doing. And so Stellify is available to anyone. We don't have an underwriting process. We don't decline people based on. We don't even look at your credit score in terms of approving you or disapproving you. We just want you to sign up, link all of your bills. And by the way, because we're doing this today, this is an amazing, exciting moment. We do have a promo code, Way Up. So go to Stellify.com and put in Way Up.
Tell them the prices of Stellify.com typically.
That's right. So Stellify has 2 live plans today. We have a $4.99 plan, so $5 plan, and a $9.99 plan.
Okay.
The difference between the two, there's a bunch of different features, different calculators, analytics tools, and stuff like that for you. But the primary difference with a $5 plan of $4.99, you get up to $500 in bills that you can link to the product. With a $9.99 plan, you can link up to $25,000 in bills. So we are, hypothetically, can give you a line of credit, a credit account that is $25,000, which could be completely, radical to your profile because of the credit utilization part. Naturally, you have to have that many bills that you link that we pay for you, and then 2, you also have to pay. You get it over time. You don't get the whole $25,000 right away. We want to make sure that we align your interest as a consumer using building your credit with our interest. Right? We want to make sure that we don't lose money in the process too. So, definitely go to Stellify.com, and when you sign up, put Way Up as your promo code, with it's a $5 code.
I really believe that there's a moment here to change the narrative because it's actually now in everybody's enlightened self-interest for people of color to come up.
Right.
But we have got to give them the tools to do that. That's why I've dedicated my life to this work. I really believe that financial literacy is a civil rights issue of this generation. Because if you don't know better, you can't do better. We can't have this show without financial literacy.
We definitely
without
can.
capitalism, free enterprise, and sponsors and all. You can't have iHeart. You can't have. I couldn't be here unless I'm financially independent. Talking the way I talk.
Yeah.
I own 700 homes. I'm the largest minority owner of single-family rental homes in America. That's separate from Operation Hope. That has given me the financial freedom, that and other things, to say what I want to say, how I want to say it, when I want to say it.
Well, here we have it, guys. It's a National Credit Education Month, and we are bringing this to you because we want everybody to just do what John Hope Bryan is telling you. Just do what Lamine is telling you. Take control.
Absolutely. And go to stellarfi.com, operationhope.org, and on our site, teamwealthwednesdays.com, you can sign up for our free weekly Wealth Builder newsletter. We have a lot of free resources for everyone. We sat next to each other in a show about 6 years ago and said, let's do something significant for financial empowerment. And Angela Yee has inspired me to try to give you all our best, and we really are proud of what Wealth Wednesdays is doing and proud of having guests like you both.
And to give the tangible tools to be able to do it, not just talk about it, not just complain about it, but what can we do? And I love the fact that I could talk to all of you and you guys will give it to me real and straight. And I tell you, John Hope Bryan does not mince his words. He does not sugarcoat anything when it comes to me. But we'll definitely talk about that because he's definitely helped me with this transaction that I just did that could have went left.
But it went right.
Yes.
On up.
Yeah.
It's on the way up.
Yeah.
Everything is way up.
And Lamine, it's always been a pleasure working with you with Sellify. And, I know you guys just met, but Stacey and I can say that, Lamine, the reason we do work with you is because of your intentions and the experience that you have also that we bring to people.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Angela.
All right. Well, Wealth Wednesdays. And, of course, me and Stacey.
A lot of love. A lot of love in this room. A lot of love in this room. My sister.
Coming up next, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. We got you on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Here I go. Hey, everybody, exit. Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
So you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up, guys? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Godfrey's here. Jasmine Brand is here. And it's time for Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. Hello, who's this?
This is Tish from Detroit.
Tish, what's up? What's your question for Ask Yee?
Yes, I was wondering, you stated that you were $30,000 in debt. So what did you do to tackle that $30,000?
That's a good question.
You want to know what I did? I set a goal for myself. So first of all, I stopped spending my money unnecessarily and stopped using my credit cards. Right? And then I made a plan. The first thing I did, and some people will not do this, it depends on your spending habits. I paid off the lowest credit card bills first so that it didn't feel so overwhelming to me. So I had like 6 different cards that I had balances on. So I kind of worked on them one at a time. Now, some people will tell you a better way to do it is to get all of your the money that you owe under 30% of the limit. So if you owed, say, $10,000, get it under $3,000. Because 30% is kind of the threshold that they look at, and that'll raise your credit score faster. But what I did was there were some bills that I had that were a lot less than others. And so I felt better having, getting rid of, say you have 6 cards and then now you only have 5 that you owe money on. Then you have 4 that you owe money on. So I just came up with a plan. I stopped spending so much money. And then I also did extra work so I could make more money because it wasn't enough for me to just stop spending. I also had to make more. So the combination of making more money and spending less is what really helped me.
Oh, got you. Okay. Because, I use an app called Digit, and that's very helpful as well. It tells you what to pay within the 30% range, so that what you have spoke about. So, yes, I will definitely do what you stated, and I appreciate your tips.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, we're here to help with that because I know sometimes it could be really, really, I know from my own experience, that's why it's important to me.
Yes, you said help. Well, are you paying people debt off?
Wait a minute.
I don't know how we got here.
She thought it was like, you are the third caller. Guess what?
How much you owe? How much you owe, Tish? How much you owe?
About $35,000.
Oh, yeah, no, if you would have said 32, maybe, but no, I'm kidding. No, but honestly, I cannot wait till you get to the place where, you feel better about it and everything gets paid off because that is an amazing feeling. But like I said, the more you spend, the more that and sometimes like you pay the minimum because you can't pay the minimum.
No, you pay the more than minimum.
And then you're like, I owe even more.
Right, yeah.
The next month because of the interest on it.
But Tish, I want you to call us back and keep us posted on your progress because I feel like it's inspiring.
Yes, because sometimes you really do just need some accountability and that's how you make it happen when you got to check in. Okay, Tish? But that was Ask Yee. Now, when we come back, we have the last word. That's when you guys, of course, end the show and tell us your final thoughts. Maybe you're leaving a message about a topic you couldn't get through on. Maybe you had an Ask Yee that you couldn't weigh in on. But we love to hear from you. 800-292-5150 is Way Up with Angela Yee.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. What an amazing, fun show today. Jasmine
fun.
Brand and Godfrey.
I like your headphones.
They're
Thank
really
you.
cute.
These are Oscar de la Renta Beats by Dre headphones.
Of course they are.
Well, of course they're Oscar de la Renta.
They're like $5 million.
I have Target headphones on. Thanks.
Thanks, Dan.
Those are my headphones too. And Jasmine has on the Nicki Minaj Beats by Dre headphones.
And these are Angela's too. I also have on Angela's sneakers today. I have her headphones.
Single black female.
What do I call it? What I do?
Squat.
Squat at her home.
I'm gonna be you, Angela.
I want to get in your skin.
I gotta get in your skin.
I'm a little scared now.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
This has been the longest day ever.
So last night we had the launch party for Way Up with Angela Yee, and I want to thank everybody who came out last night to show some love and support, and everybody up here at iHeart who worked really hard at putting that event together at 4040. People have been hitting me all day like, yo, we had an amazing time last night. It was the best party. And sorry for everybody who didn't make it out. Some people didn't know about it. Shout out to DJ Whatever. For some reason I didn't realize he didn't get the invite, but some people just didn't get it.
Is that his name? Whatever?
Yeah, it's not my
I thought
fault.
you forgot his name.
No.
Shout out to DJ Whatever his name. Oh, that's his name. DJ Whatever. We know the guy to be doing the mixes. Whatever his name is.
Why that voice?
And
I just think it's funny.
Yeah, if you didn't get invited, that's Jasmine Brand's fault. She's the person that did all the invites.
First of all, she is lying. Okay.
Okay.
But so again, thank you to Paris who really worked together with the team here. Joe DeAngelis, everybody up here that helped put that together. Nikki, who's been hunting and chasing me down to make sure that I sign off on everything to make it happen. It was a lot of work. But everybody's in town too for International Women's Day. So happy International Women's Day to all the ladies. And of course, Godfrey, thank you for joining us, and let us know what you have going on.
I have this weekend at Mohegan Sun.
In Connecticut.
Connecticut Comics Roadhouse from the 9th to the 11th. Then I go to Austin, Texas for South by Southwest. And then 17th through the 19th of this month is Helium in St. Louis. All you people in the Lou, St. Louis, I'll be in St. Louis. And the Funny Bone in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay,
all right,
Richmond.
that's the 24th through the 26th. So, you know me. That's what I got going on.
You are booked and busy.
And listen to my podcast, In Godfrey We Trust, on the Gas Digital Network, okay?
Okay, we love to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, Jasmine, I would ask what you were doing, but I know because I'll be with you.
I was shaving my legs, and I'll be shaving my legs this weekend.
All right.
It's a process, guys.
I want to see it.
Maybe you should try to get laser hair removal.
On my leg? I got it under my arms.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
She likes the hair
Spread
on
out.
her legs.
But it's time for a last word. That's for you guys to call in 800-292-5150 to have the last word on everything that happened. I know somebody was talking about fibroids, and we always try to bring attention to women, and especially black women and fibroids, because it is a real issue in our community. And Coach Jessie, Gessie, she was at the Way Up with Angela Yee party last night.
Looking amazing.
She is the person who I always turn to when it comes to doing the detoxes, the Detox Now, and all of that to help with the fibroids. Okay, last word.
Hey, Yee, it's your Teresa from D.C. I want to shine a light on my girlfriend, Kayla. She just started her new job, and I want her to know that she's doing a great job taking care of home, working with her clients, and I'm just so proud of her. Good luck, Kayla.
Hey, it's your boy Folk and them, calling from Alton, Illinois, by way of Chicago, Illinois, and Springfield, Illinois. Big shouts out to you, Angela Yee. You doing your thing, girl. Showing up like what you're doing, and we support you out here in the Midwest, baby. Love.
Good morning, Yee. I want to sit here and discuss how you said women with fibroids. I really think it's starting to become a real pandemic against women, and I think everyone needs to know about it, that everyone needs to get that checked. You will have to ask about it because these doctors will not give it to you. You will maybe have to lie or two, but hey, get yourself checked out because they're going out. And if you can let me know what is that woman's name that you had on your show that had the fibroids and had a great story where she was able to have baby, please shout that out to me. I listen to you every morning. Love you, Yee. You are doing the thing, girl.
Going way up with Angela Yee.